Buongiorno.
Good morning. Today I'd like to focus on something that hasn't been discussed yet, but it's very important.
Importante.
We are in our homes, in our countries, which are not Palestine, living the story, which is a media narrative. We believe we're informed about what's happening. We believe that television and the official media aren't reliable because they're regime controlled. We believe the internet is a place where information is freer and where users exchange their opinions, their messages and their truths.
Scambiano le loro opinioni.
Well, it's not precisely this way. The Meta platform is the place of narration. There are recurring characters, there are stories, plots. It's like a novel written by someone.
Scritto da qualcuno. Chi è che lo scrive?
Who writes it? If it's true, and it is true, that Instagram belongs to the regime, I ask myself, why is the 90% of Instagram content pro-Palestine if this organization belongs to Israel's propaganda?
Voi lo sapete perché?
Do you know why? Not because here there is freedom, but because it's purposely designed that way. And I would call it reverse propaganda.
Potrebbe basarsi su quello che
It
già...
could be based on what George Orwell wrote in his book 1984.
Orwell dice...
Orwell says that the enemy must be located. The organ of revolution must be located. So we must let it speak.
Informazione.
This is why pro-Palestine information circulates on Instagram.
Così vedo...
It's as if the authorities were saying, go ahead, speak, so I can see what you're saying, where you're saying it from, and to whom you're saying it.
I controargomenti.
It geolocates the entire organ of revolution and prepares the counter-arguments. This is one aspect of reverse propaganda. The other is scandal, shock, something I would call anchoring. The power over these media outlets, which we believe to be free, appears scandalous, indefensible. For example,
Erano 12.000, ma erano solo...
12,000 children are killed, and we focus on the number, because when you know that truth is that there weren't 12,000 but only 3,000, we will have acquired the shock of the killing of children and focused on the quantity. We will reevaluate the real villain, because in reality the 12,000 were amplified precisely because when the true figure comes out, then the real villain seems better. For example,
we can see this apply to the case of Israel's government.
Operation announcing that he had bought space to spread pro-Israeli propaganda. And this is a scandal, because he gave $45 million to do this. Scandalous, unacceptable. Then we discover that it wasn't 45 million, but only 10 million. And we adapted to the scandal. We will have taken it for granted, because we've absorbed the shock. We'll consider it a positive thing, that there was much less money.
E valuteremo positivo il fatto che...
The final aspect of reverse propaganda is depicting bad guys in power as exaggeratedly evil, diabolical, so that the impact of real ones will then make us reevaluate them, because they seem better to us.
This is why people on Instagram get so outraged by what's coming out about Israel. The more outrage we get, the more they're winning.
E più loro stanno vincendo.